affiliate in Baltimore, Maryland. Very nice of him to join us today. We are jam-packed right now, Eric. You just tell me where you want to go. Let's go to Mike and Lorraine. Hi, Mike. How are you? Thanks for calling. 216-431-3820.
Hey, I would definitely take that win. That was very 1980s Browns-esque.
It was interesting to hear a lot of people compare Josh McCown to Bernie Kosar this morning on the radio.
No, I'm talking more like Sipe.
Oh, you're going Sipe on this thing.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, dude, we've never had anybody throw for 300 yards 3 straight games.
No, that's true.
Dan Fouts-esque, dude.
Well, I'll buy it. Are you down with McCown, I guess is the question.
Yes, and I'm also, I mean, the whole word in the media was that Pettine had lost the locker room, right?
No, I don't know that that's true.
Wait.
No, there was concern. Hang on, Mike, let me back you up on this thing. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's not what I was hearing. Look, there was concern because of what happened with Joe Hayden. With Joe Hayden. Yeah. And that if Joe Hayden and Mike Pettine aren't on the same page, then everyone wants to jump into the fact, well, he must not have a locker room. That's just not the case. Not the case at all. So go ahead.
Well, he needed to call Joe Hayden out. I mean, first of all, going back to the Cecil Shorts game where he gave up the game-winning touchdown, and then last year in that pivotal game against the Colts where he gave up the sideline route for the touchdown, which was the crippling loss of the year, I mean, the dude consistently gets freaking smoked on big plays.
But he makes the Pro Bowl.
I grew up watching Lester Hayes. I grew up watching lockdown corners who never gave up touchdowns. I mean, this guy's supposed to be a Pro Bowler making $56 million, and he gets beat 50%
Hey, let me just give you one difference, though, between Lester Hayes or Frank Minifield or Hanford Dixon. The rules have changed tremendously for defensive backs.
It has. And they made the game. This is a 65 game is very soft right now. And so the guys can't do what they used to do. You only got 5 years, 5 yards to put your hands on somebody, and after that, you just got to really follow them and be able to shout at that guy.
Hey, Mike, great phone call. We appreciate it. Please call back next week. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Good job, Mike. All right, we're going back to Kenny, or are we going to Baltimore again? All right, let's go to Kenny. Let's go to Betty on the phone real quick. All right, Betty. Broken up Betty. Hi, Broken Up Betty. Any luck with that T-shirt?
Not anymore. Hey, yeah, I made the call already, so I'll be waiting for my T-shirt. Hey, listen, I enjoyed the game yesterday.
Yes.
I thought it was just totally awesome.
Awesome.
Now, I have a nephew in Maryland, and he is a diehard Cleveland fan.
Oh, that's a great resume, Betty. Thank you.
Yeah. And had a conversation that will never end.
Oh, Betty, your phone's going again. Betty, are you calling us on a wireless phone within your house, or are you on a cell phone?
I'm on
where are you?
No wireless.
You're on a cordless phone at home?
No, it's not landline.
Your main line.
You're on your main line in your house, and it's a cordless phone, isn't it?
No, a landline.
Oh, it's a landline, but does it plug in, or can you walk around the house with it with no cords?
Cannot walk around the house with it.
Wow, really? That's unbelievable.
And where do you stay at?
She's in Fairport Harbor. I love Fairport Harbor. One of my favorite places to go. You don't know where Fairport Harbor is? You're a lifelong Clevelander.
Oh, you got to come out here.
Betty, tell them where it is.
It's 35 miles northeast of Cleveland.
Northeast. More east. You go completely north, you're in big trouble. You're in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Right. 1 mile.
I got flagged. Betty, I'm getting in trouble because we took you twice. Betty, we love you. Thank you so much for calling. Take care. Have a great day.
Get that T-shirt.
Well, we used to have T-shirts on the show. All right, where do you want to go? I don't want to leave Kenny hanging here. What do you want to do? Eric, the referee, it's your show. You missed this in the pre-show meeting.
We're going to Garrett Downey in Baltimore.
All right, we're going to Garrett Downey. But Kenny, I just want to say we love you. Thank you. We'll be back with you in 1 second. Keep hanging.
Betty was on a rotary phone.
Garrett, how are you? It's great to see you.
I'm doing all right. I'm sure it's a pretty good morning over there for you guys.
Yeah, what's it like in the office today there at, are you in Owings Mills? Is that where you are?
I am. Well, I just got here a little bit ago, so I haven't seen many of the players or coaches yet, but it's definitely not the feeling that you want walking into the building on a Monday morning.
Can you feel like, you know what, our team's really banged up, we can kind of understand it a little bit?
Maybe a little bit, and I think that there's validity to that. I think that the injuries have certainly had a huge impact. I mean, by the end of the game last night, the Ravens were playing without their top receiver, top running back, top tight end, top 2 tight ends, top 2 pass rushers, another defensive end. So they had injuries across the board. But at the same time, they had opportunities to win the game, and they didn't do it. You know, you have a kicker miss a field goal. That was part of it. You have missed opportunities on both sides of the ball. You have a secondary that gave up 457 yards to Josh McCown. So, yeah, injuries are a part of it, but I don't think that that's the all. You can just look at it and say, hey, we're really banged up, and that's the whole answer. That's the whole reason.
All right, Garrett, I mean, I hate to say it, and this kind of feels like we've seen it here in Cleveland. I'm sure you probably don't feel the same way, but you're a couple field goals away from being 0-5. You're one made field goal away from being 0-5 there in Baltimore. How do you pick up the pieces and move forward for the rest of the season? A perfect time for your picture to freeze.
He didn't like your question.
He didn't like it? He hung up on me. Next question. Wow. He's moved on to next week already. Let's bring Kenny Rhoda back in.
That's his answer. Silence.
I don't blame him.
Wow. He was on a rotary Skype phone there, guys.
Well, one hardball is doing good and the other one's not.
I wanted to ask him about that.
By the way, congratulations, Pierre.
Thank you.
3 in a row, 3 straight shutouts for the Wolverines. They're getting better. They're in the top 20 again, so that's good for you, and that'll make for a great matchup with these guys behind me.
We got a big game this weekend.
Kenny, look, you and I, Kenny, we're cut from the same cloth when it comes to being Buckeye fans, and to be sitting here with Pierre, I respect. You know what I like? I like the fact that Michigan is relevant. I love it.
Yes.
I love the fact that, and I'll tell you one thing, Kenny, they're playing hungry. They look hungry. They looked hungrier than Buckeye. No offense to Buckeye fans, but the energy at the Big House was night and day between, and again, it's Maryland going up against a really good Northwestern team, but I have a little bit of a fear for Michigan right now. I know I said Michigan, I don't care, but that they're hungry. They're playing hungry, don't you think?
Absolutely. You even heard some of the Maryland players say, I guess from the reporters at the game, that the Buckeyes felt they were just entitled and they didn't respect Maryland, and that's part of the problem that Urban Meyer is dealing with this year, is trying to keep these guys focused each and every week. They're 6-0, though. They're still #1 in the country, even though they haven't played 4 full quarters of football. And then you look at Michigan, 3 straight shutouts. Jim Harbaugh has energized that team, and they'll have an opportunity this week to show what they're really worth against Michigan State. And if they get that victory, then for sure people should be concerned about them. I'm not concerned. I'm impressed. I respect what they've done so far, but I want to see them this week against Michigan State. But it's great for the Big Ten that Michigan is back, and Jim Harbaugh, we knew he was going to do it. It was just a matter of how soon he would do it.
I tell you what, if Ohio State, they think they can go up to Michigan and play the way they've been playing, they will lose that game.
But you know that game is always a weird game.
It
is.
And
sometimes I've seen Ohio State go up there. I've seen Michigan come into Ohio Stadium before Ohio State went on the run with Tressel and everything turned the tide. I've seen crappy games turn into, like, how did that team win this game?
Remember last year when I called in on a Wednesday and I said J.T. Barrett would get hurt by Frank Clark if he was playing in the game. Then they messed around and Taco Christian really hurt JT, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, way to protect to do that. You should feel bad. You jinxed him. It's on you.
Well, you know what? I'm saying it this year, like I said it last year. We will win this game this year, and people don't.
You've been saying that for like the last 10 years too, Pierre.
Listen, no, we will win this game this year. Believe it.
All right, there you have it.
I'll get you on my radio show. We'll make a little wager on the air on that for later.
You know what, though?
Push-ups on the air. Hey, I don't have no problem.
Hey, as you would say, if this was the Newt Cooper era, you would believe everything that he's saying, right?
Yes, I would. Absolutely, without question. But I do believe a little bit of what he's saying because of Jim Harbaugh. And Harbaugh, you knew he was going to come in here and make a difference. And what better way than to post a winning record, get to a bowl game this year, and then close out the regular season with a win against Ohio State. So it will be a harder-fought game this year up in the outhouse in Ann Arbor.
All right, Eric, the referee, you ready to do? You want to take a phone call? What do you want to do here? You want to grade the team? Oh, there he is. He's working over there.
I see a 614 number right there.
Oh, we got Garrett on the phone? Yeah. All right. Quickly, we'll go to Garrett Downey and just kind of wrap this up. Hi, Garrett.
Hey, nothing's working right over here in Baltimore this morning.
Well, you know, it's just a systemic problem that happened yesterday with the Browns coming in there and beating the Ravens. Before we get into this, I just want you to hop in the conversation here. Do you automatically have to be a Michigan fan when you have one of the Harbaugh brothers coaching your team? Is there a Michigan infusion in Baltimore?
I mean, maybe for some people, but not for me. You guys know I grew up in Ohio, so I don't have any allegiance to Michigan. I'm still an Ohio State fan, so I grew up in Columbus, so I'm going to root for the Buckeyes.
Okay, good.
Unwavering, that hasn't changed at all. So, still Charlotte Gray for me.
All right, tell me how, just quickly, because we got to wrap things up here. Garrett, how do the Ravens move forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's uncharted territory. They need to figure it out. This is really, since I've been here, they're complete. They've never been in this position. I mean, every single season since I've been here, they've come down to the final week of the season or the playoffs before determining whether they're going to continue. We know how long the season's going to go on. So, I mean, they got to get healthy. They need to just look at some of the young players and see what they have in them. And they got to figure out what's going on in the secondary. I mean, this defense is not what it's expected to be.
Can they turn it around?
And they got to figure out how to fix that, for this season and certainly for moving forward.
Can they turn it around? That's a great question.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, they're, like you said, they're a 52-yard field goal away from being 0-5. They could have won a couple of those earlier games, but I don't know if they can. Really, I mean, you lost the Browns at home. Now they got 2 back-to-back West Coast trips. Monday night game against Arizona. The schedule is really difficult for them, and so can they? I think they can. I think they have talent. Will they is probably a different story because nobody on this team has been in this situation. So it's going to be a real different kind of test for Harbaugh and a different kind of test for Joe Flacco and the leaders of this team.
All right. Hey, Garrett, we always appreciate it. Ravens.com. You're the man to read there. Thanks, Garrett.
All right. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the win.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Garrett gets it. He understands, especially for a guy that had to cover the Browns while he was here. All right, Kenny, you're back in, and we're going to do a little grade the team.
Good to go.
Eric Risto, Eric the referee, now that I've given away your last name, and herds of women are going to be calling you now that they know that you're Risto at WEWS.com or at NewsNet5.com. Are you currently looking for a date at this point or no?
Oh, my God.
I will not solicit dates on Dogs on the Run.
Okay, well, if you want to, Eric the referee is are you hang on, before I sell you out there, you don't have a girlfriend that I didn't forget about. What? It's Dogs on the friggin' Run. You can say whatever you want.
I told you, there's one rule. I will not solicit dates on Dogs on the Run. That's
okay, so it's Risto, R-I-S-T-W,
It's Baskin at WEWS.com.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. Yeah. Hey, married middle-aged man with 2 kids and coaches hockey. I'm the man for you. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right, let's grade the quarterback. Josh McCown, 457 yards, 3 total touchdowns, set a team record for passing yards. Grade him. How do you not give the guy an A?
Start with Kenny. Go ahead.
A+. I think it's the first time I've given a Browns quarterback an A+, and I don't know how long he deserved it. Played through the ankle pain in overtime, threw 2 touchdowns, ran for another touchdown, did not turn the ball over, took some sacks, but that's better than throwing an interception. Did get a break on 1 pick he threw that was called back because of a penalty on Baltimore, but for the 2nd week in a row, led them down in the 4th quarter and gave them a chance to win, and this week they actually won the game. So an A+ for McCown for me.
Pierre.
A+. He did an excellent job. He managed the game. He ran the tank the way he was supposed to run it.
I gave him an A just because I wasn't thinking, and I just didn't realize that you could give out a plus at this point. So, and I'm just my hand is crippled when you have to write plus next to A and quarterback at the same time. So I gave him an A. I thought he was great. He's been, rock solid for the last 2.5 games. I don't know what more you could ask for out of this guy. The only dog that he's going to get for the rest of the season is that he's not going to be your quarterback for the next 5 years. Please find me a quarterback that has played for the Cleveland Browns that started for 3 years, and then I'll talk to you about whether I'm worried about 5 years from now.
We'll see.
Fair enough. What's next, Eric?
We're doing an abbreviated version of this real quick.
Give
us the wide receivers and tight ends combined.
Wide receivers, tight end. Pierre, you go first.
I think I gave him an A. Yeah.
A.
I was going to say a B+, but an A. Because Burnage, he played his butt off. He did well. He did great. And then he spread the wealth around with the running backs and the receivers.
Let me just say this. Does anyone remember who was the tight end that played here last year? Jordan Cameron? Jordan Cameron? Which one? I don't remember him. And Gary Bardage has taken care of that wholeheartedly. Give me a one-liner, Kenny, on the tight ends, wide receivers.
Gary Barnidge gives the whole group an A.
Amen.
Amen. Good one. I like that. Next one.
Hold on. Let's go with special teams. Travis Coons has been amazing.
Yeah, look, for a guy that we didn't even think was going to make the team, Travis has been great. The special teams is good consistently across the board. Yeah, they won the game for you. I gave you a B+. Did anybody have any? Do we have any major runbacks? Did anything set itself apart? No, they did what they asked him to do. He came out, he scored a game-winning field goal. But I don't like when special teams does their jobs. That's what they're supposed to do, and that's what they did yesterday. What do you got?